Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, in this episode I'm going to do some photo in Carmel with my friend Mark. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, my name is Serge Germany. As you know, I'm a French photographer from the beautiful, the amazing city of Paris. And today I'm with a good friend photographer, Mark Silber. Bonjour Mark.
Bonjour, good to see you, good to have you here.
Yes, thank you for having me in Carmel. If you've never been to Carmel, it's a beautiful town on the California coast, very famous for its mayor, that was Clint Eastwood for many years.
In the 80s, yes, that's true. And we have some famous photographers who've been here.
Like
Edward Weston, a mile or two down the road, Ansel Adams, hundreds of different photographers and artists.
Yes. Mark and I have been talking for months to do some photography together if I pass by Carmel, and that's going to be the opportunity. The weather is kind of like, it's kind of overcast, but we have a bit of sun. I got the Sony A7R, I got the drone, and I got Mark, who is...
We're going to have fun.
Who is local and knows the place. Now, Mark just came out with a book that I want you guys to know about. And it's called Advancing Your Photography. It's a great book for, there's a lot of explanation on photography. If you ever want to take your photography to the next level, it's a great book to have. Is this book for beginner or advanced?
You know, a beginner can pick it up, and it definitely has to be somebody who wants to really study photography.
Right.
Okay. But an intermediate and advanced will definitely have material in there that I can guarantee you they haven't studied before.
So yeah, so it's good to have a little bit of basic, which is my audience, people that have some basic of photography but want to go further.
They want to take off. And I designed it to be a complete system of photography. So that, you know, it's a handbook the size you can carry in your camera bag and refer to and use.
Right.
So it's not meant to sit on a shelf. It's meant to be, you know, in your gear and used.
Yeah, and I'm amazed by the amount of work, you know, of study and explanation you go into it. It's a really great book. You can find it on Amazon. You get the link below this video.
Yes.
Purchase this book. Read it. It's going to take your photos to the next level. Now, Mark, where are we going to go tonight and do some shootings here in Carmel?
We're going right down there, which you can't see on the camera, but it's called Carmel River Beach.
Okay.
And it looks out over across to Point Lobos, which again is a very famous spot. Robert Louis Stevenson used it as a backdrop for his book. Edward Weston shot tons of photographs there. It's a very inspirational shot.
Great. Well, mesdames et messieurs, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, guys, I just want to show you a few of the photos that I got from the drone. And honestly, I kind of messed up on the photo because I wanted to do HDR and some bracketing and it didn't work. I have to figure out why. And I was really mostly taking videos. But, you know, the thing is, the DNG with the sun does not work. Like, for example, this file here, if I bring it on the highlights, you'll see I'm not getting enough details. So I should really have underexposed the photo. I mean, it's really hard to get, with drone photos right in the sun. However, if you turn around the other way, then I can get away. I get much less dynamic range, so it's much easier. So for example, this one is, I'm gonna bring down the blacks, open up the whites, open up the shadows, bring down the highlights, my usual workflow. Maybe make this a little darker. Maybe add a bit of magenta to the whole thing. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a magenta addict. Maybe that's why. Make this a bit darker here with a graded filter. And it's a cool shot. This one I'm going to mark it as 1. I'm sorry for the noise, but I'm traveling. I'm trying to do all this challenge, 1 video per day, and I'm in a hotel. So it's a bit of noise. I like this one, but the colors are kind of boring. This one is the same, it's overexposed. This one is overexposed. I really messed up on the photo. This one is, this one might be okay. Like if I bring down the highlights, that's what I always check. Like if I bring down the highlights, I get some details there, I'm good, I'm happy. So maybe I'm going to do some blacks, some whites, add some magenta, not that much. it's great because it's a raw file. I can, I can really play around with the white balance. I'm going to make a little gradient here for the sky, lower the exposure. If you don't know what I'm doing, check out some of my earlier video where I explain in details my Lightroom workflow. That's kind of cool. This one I'm going to keep one. I'm going to give it a 1. I'm going to give it a 1. And okay, what about this one? This one? Ooh, this one could be cool because I can see some stuff here. So something in, and by the way, I like to work with, one thing you can do when you retouch a lot of photos is you can create presets. So for example, I can, open up the shadows, bring down the highlights, do my blacks, do my white, add a bit of magenta, go to shade, for example. You do all kind of settings. I'm going to go here and do the graded filter for the sky here. Maybe not that much, but I like the overall feeling of it. Maybe, add a little circle here in the middle, invert the mask, feather it, just add a bit of, white and a bit of color here just in the middle. And yeah, something like this. So when you have a retouch that you like, I'm just going to create like a drone preset. So I like that. So, maybe I also go into the sharpening, into the sharpen detail section. Now on details on drones, I think I'm going to go like very low on the sharpening, like maybe like 50, because it brings back a lot of noise. I'm going to go like, like 10 at least on those reduction. And I'm going to do my masking about at 50. So that's kind of cool. And so you don't have to repeat all that. You can click here on plus. I'm going to create a new group that I'm going to call drone presets. I'm actually going to give this group for free, in the downloads of this video. Check out for the link. And I'm going to call this one drone 1. And drone 1. So next time I've got like a similar photo, I can just go here on my drone preset, click on drone 1. And all I've done, everything that I've done is there. So I can just adjust, it's just a starting point. I can make it, a little darker, but I know I've got a circle there. And I like to do that. It just goes much faster. I can click here, and this one is not good, but for example, maybe this one, click on drone 1, see what happens. See, it's really overblown. Anyways, so I need to work more on taking better photos, doing some HDR, but I really love the video. That was really my main area of concentration. Now I need to get better with the photos. So I'm doing like a daily show, so maybe tomorrow I will be better, but I'm enjoying a few of these photos. The Mavic is really fun, and voila. So now, in case you don't know, but I'm coming out with a movie called The Hollywoodans. It's a movie that I've did with 30 actors. I'm the lead role, and if you go to the link under this video, or at the end of this video, you come to this page, and you have the possibility of pre-ordering it. Pre-ordering it means you're buying it, you're saying you're going to buy it now, but you're only going to get the movie on the 16th of May. If you can take a minute to do that and leave a review based on the trailer that's there, that would be amazing. It makes a big difference because pre-orders will only go into effect on the 16th of May. And if I can get a lot of them, then I can chart iTunes. If I can chart iTunes, maybe I will be able to make a second movie. So if you want to back me up in my dreams, if you want to help me, and I will help you with tons of free stuff. I've done over 400 free tutorials. I'm going to do 30 free tutorials in the next 30 days. All I'm asking is, it's $12.99, and I think you might spend a nice evening watching this movie. Check it out, The Hollywoodans.